Okay, the topic is crime and superheroes. So do you guys, do you think it's possible to stop crime with superpowers? Do you think that's one of the factors that helps them stop crime? You think it's...
I do.
You do?
Yeah, because like if you're fighting an enemy that has just as strong as you as a superhero, you want to have extra abilities to defeat the person, like X-ray vision. I'm sorry, X-ray vision, like heat vision, the super freeze breath, and just the ability to the super punch, you know.
Yeah.
And touch him and pulverize him into oblivion.
Why do you think superheroes need to hide their identity?
Because there are people who try to want to seek the autograph of so yeah, and so if they keep their own identity secret, then they won't have to deal with the people coming to their house, asking for their to take a picture with them or asking for autographs.
Anonymity, yeah. Or kind of like almost like a double F, but anonymity, because you don't want too much attention, because everybody will know, when you're going to do something with the bad guys.
Look. One exception is that in Iron Man, that he told the whole world that Tony Stark, he told the world that he is Iron Man.
Oh yeah.
But then he came back and he said that but they didn't believe him. They didn't believe that he was Iron Man in the second one. He told everyone, and they thought it was like a joke.
Well, Clark Kent, yeah.
Yeah.
The reason Clark Kent, the biggest reason he didn't want to do it, because he didn't want the other side to know. Well, with the bad guys, that he was also Clark Kent, otherwise they'd know. When he was going to change to Superman at that very moment,
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Remember the first one? He's walking in the car, hit him in the car, in the Lois Lane. It was Clark. He was. She hit the car, and the car had like a big dent in it because he was a superhero.
And what about Hellboy? I mean, he's just like, he only has one identity.
Yeah, he doesn't have he doesn't wear a mask like most of the modern superheroes.
Yeah.
He's kind of like Frankenstein, because he's like a monster almost, and that's what he also deals with that in the movie. Like the way that people look at him, they kind of seem like as a monster, and he has to deal with that kind of like psychology too.
Hellboy is just a code name of him.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about crime? Do you think that we need crime? I mean, because we have policemen, we have these justice agencies like FBI and stuff like that, because of the criminals, like lawyers, like a lot of jobs rely on the fact that they're criminals. There's like psychology people that are employed because of criminals, and these jails, there's a lot of jails because of their jobs, and statistics have shown that like in a big city, like a metropolitan city, as everything else increases, like wealth and health, crime also increases. It's kind of like a correlation almost. What do you guys think about that?
Well,
do you think we'll ever be able to eradicate crime, or is it just like a fantasy?
I think we pretty much have accepted the fact that crime always exists as long as we have society. As long as there's evil and good in society, there'll always be the one side fighting the other, because without evil, good couldn't exist, and vice versa.
Yeah.
I think.
And without crime.
Plus, you couldn't recognize. Go ahead, sir.
Without crime, there wouldn't be a police or lawyers.
But not only that, it's just without crime, you wouldn't be able to recognize evil. And you can, but you wouldn't be able to recognize it as a viable thing to go to fight against. The powers of good. Because some people, I always talk about, you can recognize good and evil. So good and bad.
Do you think that they mostly target violent criminals, or because it seems like Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, all these superheroes, they fight mostly blue collar criminals, like people that rob banks, people that steal diamonds from like museums or something. I don't know, maybe they started because back then that's all the kind of crime there was when like Superman first came out, Batman first came out, and I think they just kind of stuck with it. Because there's also a lot of crime where like, people are forging checks, they're hacking in computers and stealing social security numbers. You don't see Batman going out and fighting these type of criminals. You don't see Iron Man fighting some guy behind his computer that's hacking and stuff or stuff like that.
That's a good point because there's all different kinds of crime too.
Yeah.
You got
you got terrorists.
You got corporate crime. You got violent crime.
What about terrorists then?
Terrorist crime. You got a cyber crime.
You
got homicide, murder, rape. So you got all these things.
Yeah, because I mean, Superman is good against maybe some guy who's really strong who's robbing a bank, and you have to stop him physically because he's got guns. But I mean, if someone's embezzling money,
that's like white collar and blue collar.
Yeah, from like a business. I mean,
he's no good for that. Yeah.
You don't need to be strong to like defeat someone.
Okay. If you got superheroes exist in this world, then you'll have like supervillains exist as well. Okay, first of all, say that you got like there's a crime, and then you got the superhero trying to go after those guys, and then that would inspire supervillains to pop up.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's another question I wrote down. Is there really even a point to having these superpowers? Because they gain superpowers, but at the same time, these villains are also gaining superpowers. So it's almost like they're equal. Like, if you gain a superpower and your opponent gains a superpower, it's like it evens it out. Yeah, you're not gaining because they also have superpowers.
Look, like the Superman, he could gain, but then the kryptonite could take it away. Like when the enemy could get the kryptonite from his home planet or whatever.
I think they added that in later, didn't they? Like originally, Superman was just perfectly invincible, had all these powers, and then like, well, this guy,
was that part of the comic story? The kryptonite, they just added that in the movie. Was that part of the story in the comic strip?
I think they added it later in the comic book because it wasn't fun to read. He's just this invincible guy.
I always wonder why the kryptonite. I guess because it weakened him somehow. Something.
So you can make him vulnerable.
Yeah.
It made it more interesting. Because he has like almost every superpower, like Superman. Like the other guys, they have like one or two. Superman has like all of them.
Yeah, he has it in his body too. Batman didn't need accessories to do like the Bat Bang, the Batmobile. Spider-Man has it. Yeah.
Batman and Iron Man, they use their wealth to
get
all those gadgets.
Superman inherited; they acquired it. So
he acquired them when he came to Earth.
Yeah.
And
because it's the yellow sun.
Yeah.
What was the name of the planet he was from?
Krypton.
Krypton, yeah.
And Hellboy, he was just like came from hell.
Yeah.
And then
it's like that movie Spawn. Remember that movie Spawn?
Yeah.
That was good.
That's a good story.
That was
like
a great
really
story.
Different.
There you go.
Yeah.
They should make did they make a sequel to that one, or did they make a sequel?
They made an animated version.
They should make another sequel.
What do you think about like the dilemma where nowadays criminals aren't punished immediately? Like we don't go out and kill them execution style. A lot of times these guys commit huge crimes like murder or theft or all this stuff, and then they just go in jail. Maybe they'll go to a psych ward and they'll come out in a few years and then just go out back and do the same thing. How do you deal with like a dilemma like that? Is you just constantly for your whole life you gotta defeat these super villains?
You work out
and come out again. Yeah, it's like
you have to do something on the side to relax. You just sort of work out and movies when you're home.
I say like these villains, they should be just either locked up forever or just send them on a deserted island to live their ways.
Really?
I always wonder what superheroes do when they're for fun. They go out and have a good time.
Yeah.
Like Clark Kent, he probably stays somewhere where he's like, I don't know.
Doesn't seem like none of them have fun. Like in movies that none of them have fun.
Because Clark Kent seemed like he knew a lot about like statistics and history and stuff.
Yeah.
On the side there was Lois Lane.
Well, Iron Man, he had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He was kind of like a womanizer and like an alcoholic in the story, so he was having a lot of fun.
And
but
what
he also
about
had those problems with dealing with
he was a super partner.
I think the same thing can be said with Batman, except that he doesn't go too drunk. I mean, he doesn't seem to.
Green Lantern was another one. He was. I don't know what his private life was like. He had some cool superpowers though.
Yeah.
The green ring and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, and Hellboy, he drinks a lot too.
Oh, really?
Spider-Man, he was cool because he had several love affairs, with one girl.
Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane.
Yeah, he wasn't a big party animal though.
Batman had a couple too. Although that was his Catwoman.
Bruce Wayne got the girl.
Robin had more fun than Batman.
Yeah.
I always felt Batman he could have it on this, but we always felt like Robin was the character. It was really Batman.
Yeah.
Robin could sort of just sit in the side. He was like his little sidekick, you know.
Robin got his parents. His parents was killed, just like Bruce
Batman,
Wayne.
yeah.
That's probably why he took him in, because he kind of felt sympathy for him. You know?
Oh, so they weren't related then? I thought they were related.
No.
Oh, okay, they were friends. I didn't know.
It was.
Yeah, I think his name was like Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
Then you have Jason Todd. Then you got.
You know the guy
Tim
who played
Drake.
Robin recently died? Fair warning.
Oh, really?
The original from the 60s. I didn't know that. Adam Weston's still the guy who played Batman, but he's...
And in the story, Batgirl is killed by Joker.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, that's one of the good themes in one of their comic
Wait, that
books.
was in the Killing Joke, right?
I think that was in I don't know what the name of that comic book was, but I remember
In the Killing Joke, the Joker paralyzed Barbara Gordon.
Oh, really? Yeah, I think that's the one that I thought he killed her. I guess he paralyzed her, but I mean, and it was also difficult for Batman because he would go after Joker, and like he like ruined his entire life, but still Batman, like he refuses to kill this guy, even like at gunpoint.
It's like he had a natural armor,
Well,
you know.
Joker was
The Penguin was good too. And the Penguin.
Yeah.
the Joker. He jumped into the chemical pool and he became the Joker.
Yeah.
And we all seen this in the first Batman movie from Warner Brothers. Well,
You know,
except that he did not jump, but rather Batman purposely let him, release him into that vat.
Yeah. Yeah, superhero. I'm trying to think of another superhero.
I got a list here if you want to take a look.
Does Wonder Woman count? No.
She's DC. Here's a list of the most popular ones I can think of.
The only person we don't have on the list is 007, but he's not a superhero.
No,
to some people he could be both.
Yeah, in the movies he's pretty much a superhero. But the way he dodges bullets and like all these
so funny.
stupid stunts.
I know you guys agree.
It's inhuman.
This guy's the only guy who jack of all trades. He's a NASA pilot. He's a boatman. He's a stunt pilot. He's a car racer. He's flying space shuttles. He's at the moon. He's saving the Earth. He's stopping the atomic war. He's a liaison between the CIA, the British Secret Service, and the KGB all at the same time. Right? Does this guy not know how to do anything? Like somebody can have that many skills and multitask at that same.
He's an escapist
like
hero,
one day.
not super.
I know it's just a fictional story, but that's a little too much. But then again, hey, I guess if you can deal with.
And he's like a master seducer and like the best like guy to have sex with ever. I mean,
of course, all the ladies always end up dead when they're in bed. Like the Goldfinger movie, and the girl's paying with the gold, and he gets on the phone and he goes, so and so, something just happened. He goes, what happened? He goes, she's painted in gold, but I don't know how it happened.
Yeah.
I was drunk and fell asleep.
Although Simon's not a superhero.
I know.
He's an escapist,
But he's still a cool hero. I still like him.
and same thing can be said with Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. They're more closer to fiction, non-fictional than they are fictional.
And
well, they don't really have that many.
and what can be said?
Well, I'm
with
saying-
They're in the classicals. They don't have like masks. They don't have like powers. You know, to be a superhero, you have to have like some special power usually.
Like I saw an interview once that had Sean Connery along with Christopher Reeve, the other guy. And Connery goes, well, the reason they took the role in those movies was because of the music. They said it inspired them.
What can be said about Luke Skywalker? I mean,
I guess he would be
He's
sci-fi.
more just like a normal hero.
Yeah.
He's not really a superhero. He doesn't have. I mean,
No, he doesn't. Yeah, he had the lightsaber.
Yeah, he had the force. It's more of like a religion, though, not like a power.
Yeah, Battlestar Galactica. That was more.
He'd just be a pious hero.
How do you find a superhero? It's the hero who has.
Read the comics now.
Is.
Do you remember where superheroes live? Like they always live in these penthouses,
Yeah.
these secret estates.
They're always super rich. There's never like a poor superhero usually.
Yeah, you never see like.
Well, there is.
There's never like a superhero.
There is a poor superhero. It is. If you've seen the movie Hancock, that's one example of a poor.
Oh yeah.
superhero.
Then a nice superpower to have would be to clean your house pretty quickly.
You know who had the coolest home for a superhero was the Batcave, where Batman lived? He had the
Yeah.
coolest estate. And the Batmobile. How can you resist the Batmobile? That thing was 0 to 90 in about 2 seconds. Man.
Yeah. All right, here's my last question for everyone. Are their superpowers reasonable? Do they conform to physics?
Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, I read online.
Superheroes do not exist in this world unless.
But I'm asking, could they exist? Is it physically possible for them to exist?
Well, only if superheroes do exist, then the closest thing we have is like to the likes of Iron Man and Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
Or something like Kick-Ass.
Would be UFC. No.
Anyone here seen Kick-Ass?
I've seen the movie, yeah.
I've never seen it. It's
Okay,
funny.
if superheroes do exist, they would get their ass whooped for sure.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah, because all a cop would have to do is, you know what? Yeah.
unless this guy is trained in the military.
This is gonna sound corny. You know who another superhero? And this is
He's
Godzilla.
used drones.
Godzilla could be considered a superhero to a certain extent, only because
He's
he
more
was
of like a villain.
Yeah, villain. But of course, some of the guys he fought, like the Monster X.
It's like a monster, though. It's not really a...
No, I know,
like
but to that culture.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. I love Godzilla.
I think you also to be a superhero, you got to be part of like DC or Marvel or Image or Dark Horse. Also.
Remember the corner where he fought King Kong? Godzilla.
Yeah.
They made a remake of that. The Godzilla King Kong. I never saw it though. Godzilla was an American. I mean, King Kong was American. Godzilla, you know.
Yeah.
Well, there are
Japanese.
there are original superheroes films like The Incredibles and Hancock.
Oh yeah.
But I was reading an article where, like, Flash takes him like a minute to go halfway around the world, and to do that, it would just take so much energy. You need to eat like 40,000 calories, which is like an entire cow or something, just to do that. And
just like when
you need to go that fast, it's like almost at the speed of light.
Like Superman went around the Earth, turned back time.
I mean,
who would do that? How come the Earth looks so small? The Earth is pretty big. He could go around the Earth like that.
And also, like Superman's super senses, where he can hear things like a mile away. He can see.
Oh
things.
yeah, or X-ray vision, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, usually in the comic books, it appears that he has normal senses for most of the time, and then he gains these super senses. You couldn't really switch from that. You'd have to have super senses always. So you wouldn't be able to function because like everything would be at like extreme volume, extreme sight. You wouldn't be able to function because it'd just be like super 100% away.
And Superman's outfit cannot be destroyed unless he fights Darkseid.
Darkseid.
Anyone seen the cartoon Darkseid? I mean, Superman series.
Is that the death of Superman?
No.
Darkseid was that?
Darkseid is one of the villains of Superman.
Oh, I don't know. Like Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's Spider-Man.
No, Lex Luthor is.
Oh, that's Superman. Superman. Okay.
Lex Luthor is.
Who is Spider-Man's nemesis?
He had a lot. He had Venom, Maximum Carnage. He had
Green Goblin.
Yeah, Green Goblin.
Dr. Octopus.
Sandman.
Batman had a lot too. Penguin, Joker.
Ra's al Ghul. Scarecrow.
I like
Catwoman. I always said it was Catwoman, but that was his composite. Catwoman was she a villain too, or Batman, or no?
She was like,
or in between.
She would switch. She would go to
and
she's a jewel thief.
She's like an anti-villain of some sort.
She's like no.
Oh well, anti-hero.
She was kind of like a mercenary, like a rogue agent. She didn't really work for anyone, didn't take any sides. She just kind of did whatever she wanted.
She could trade sides because she was good at that.
Yeah.
But in Batman Returns, she's like almost like a villain. And in The Dark Knight Rises, she's like an anti-hero.
Oh yeah. I don't think she had any powers.
No, but in the Batman Returns, she does healing powers.
Healing power.
Yeah, because cats have 9 lives. They kind of wanted to do the same thing with Catwoman.
Catwoman.
Oh, Tim Burton. He's.
I always figured like
fantasy in
that
there.
Batman movie, the ones with Christian Bale, there was no Robin in there.
Except the last one.
Oh, it was the last one they had the Robin character.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he plays.
Oh, he played Robin? I never saw it.
Oh yeah, he did it.
Was Christian Bale in that one, or is that a different one?
No, that was Christian Bale.
Yeah.
He's a good actor.
All right, that concludes it for our conversation about crime and superheroes.
That was fun, yeah.